Howdy, this is Marisa with Marisa Moments podcast, where I give you my real life stories and their healing translations. Basically, healing while I heal. So let's just get straight into it. Here's the thing. I have been the same way for a very, very long time, right? I am the graphic t-shirt gal with the, joggers or what have you, hair up in a bun. Well, I've transitioned away from that. Now, this is talking about the external because that's what we mostly relate to, right? And that's what I've been finding myself relating to and kind of comparing myself as far as my personal growth and journey to. Well, I must not be healing that well because my external still pretty much looks the same, right? And Spirit had to keep reminding me over and over and over of how far I've come because we are our worst critics, right? And now finally my external is actually starting to shift a little bit more too. And with that comes certain discomforts, some certain comforts as well. It's just kind of like runs the gambit in terms of feelings and emotions and all of those types of things. But that's not even the important part. The important part is the internal part, the things that we can't see, because there have been so many transitions in my life, whether that be personal relationships, whether that be physical locations, whether that be children, whether that be just overall mentality and the way I process things. Had it been maybe even a few weeks ago, I was still really, really easily emotionally triggered. Right? And not to say that I'm a picture of perfection because no one is, but we do strive to do our best, right? So now the same things that would have triggered me last week, let's say, no longer really even register on my radar. And so it leaves space and opportunity for me to recognize new things about myself and to allow for new growth. And that's really the bottom line of this, because there are some of us that say, I'm the same OG, I'm the same person that I've been for years, and that's our claim to fame. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because if you feel comfortable and confident in that space, and you feel whole and complete in that persona, then good luck and Godspeed, right? Because I'm not here to change anyone. I'm not here to force anyone out of their comfort zone or out of their shell. I'm just essentially existing. And my existence in itself is enough to cause a ripple effect that is astronomical. And that's what I'm doing. But anyway, back to the point. The point is, if you do feel called to make adjustments, if you do feel called to change, if you are waking up and noticing that maybe some of the things that you've done, said, thought of, or even known were not completely incorrect, but they just no longer sit well, then that's what this journey is about. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about giving yourself the space and opportunity to grow and to change and to evolve. Because again, no one is picture perfect. We all have space to grow. But whether we decide to or not, that's completely up to us. And then coming full circle back to the original topic in conversation, when it comes down to it, when we are ready to change, when we are really ready to reflect that change in like an outward and maybe even a physical sense, then it will happen naturally. Or it will be like a light switch. And all of a sudden, the things that you resonated with before no longer resonate. I've been going through my clothes, and a lot of the things that I have just no longer feel right to me. And it's not because it's societal standards. It's not because somebody told me what I should be wearing. It's not because I have a stylist, which, hello, I would love to have one, by the way. But it's not because any of those things, right? It's because I'm tapping into my truest self, my highest self. And in that sense, because I've already done the internal work, I no longer feel like I have to represent externally in a way that's more appeasing or pleasing to those that are around me. Instead, I can just be confident in who I am and how I am. And whatever that looks like in a physical sense is what it looks like. And regardless of how anyone else receives it, I'm good with it. That's healing. That is healing. Yes, it will take a while for your external to match your internal. And people will probably not even notice a change even then. But you're not doing this for people. You're doing this for yourself first. And then, just by chance and beautiful happenstance, you will create a ripple effect. I promise you that. Just from people, whether they be air quotes haters or appreciators, right? Either way, they are going to take notice. They are going to take note. And you will have an impact on their lives. Good, bad, or indifferent. You will have an impact. So we need to keep going. We need to continue the conversations with the universe. We need to continue to heal. We need to continue to tap into our divinity. We need to continue to remember who we are and awaken to our divinity, our royalty, our beauty. And that's that. So, if this message resonates, then that means it is for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. Either way, I thank you for listening, and I wish you the very best day ever. Until next time, happy healing.